with the back-to-school rush now over, teachers in Zimbabwe say focus should now shift to the welfare of educators. The Zimbabwe Teachers Association earlier today released a statement pushing for the resumption of salary negotiations. The last time the two parties met, government workers were awarded an adjustment on their US dollar component. Teachers are, however, pushing for more. To discuss the latest push by teachers, we're joined by the Chief Executive Officer of the Zimbabwe Teachers Association, Dr. Sfiso Ndlovu. Dr. Ndlovu, as a constituency, have you tried perhaps other channels of engagement with your employer or the usual platforms before making this kind of a public appeal to government?
Yes, the last negotiations were a delayed process. They only came about in March, which means we're almost 3 months into the year. And now we fear that with the delay that happened, we are now going to go into the second quarter, and without any discussion that can prepare the employer to know the calamity, the problem that the educators are facing, then we'll have a delayed again negotiating process. So we are inviting the government to come to the table once more so that they can understand the plight of the civil servants, in particular of the educators. We realize that the amount that was given in the last negotiation session did not take them very far. And that is why we are urgently now calling for a re-engagement in terms of negotiations.
Now, what are your expectations from the government when you finally sit at the negotiating table?
Yes, the remuneration, first of all, what we want to do is to get the government to address the distortions in terms of the variances in grades, where senior educators find themselves clubbed together with junior educators. That is a cause for concern, and it is distorting the seniority, and at the same time, it is affecting the morale of the educators. That must be addressed, and we also want to see an improvement in the quantum of the salary rise, because we realize that the inflation is already on us and is diminishing the value that we have as we go for the market. Well, except to suggest that the issue that we are into now is that we have introduced a new curriculum. The heritage-based curriculum requires that we empower the teachers, and we should empower them by ensuring that they go into in-service training. And this should be a continuous process. It shouldn't be a process where it comes on and off and is only done at the top and cascaded to the bottom. We need to pick up all this strata in the teaching profession to go for training, and this must be really structured and followed consistently.
Dr. Ndlovu, with the stance that you have taken, some may fear business at school will perhaps be affected.
That is why we are calling for negotiations, and we believe that as long as we continue to be on the table, we will collectively address the problems that are faced by the workers in this country, and in particular our educators. So as we talk now, our educators have gone back to school, and they are working tirelessly to make sure the education of the nation goes ahead, and the implementation of the new curriculum is done as per the expectations and the goals of the curriculum. So with that commitment, it must be matched by a similar commitment of the employer in trying to address the problems that teachers are facing in terms of the levels of remuneration.
Konapo Konapo, Ipapo pa ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.